Do you like bitty cards? Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and my studio. Today I am sharing the cutest bitty cards, and I liked one idea so much I made 3. But they are adorable, and you could take this idea for any type of pattern paper, any type of project you want to create. But in the end, you're going to have big cuteness in a little package. To see that card project, or to see those 3 card projects, stick around. They're coming up next. Here's a look at the products I'm going to be using today to create little mini cards. This die from Pretty Pink Posh is called the Mini Scallop card, and it is just about the cutest little thing. And I hope to show you today a way to create some artwork so that you can make really quick little mini cards that would be great as a thank you, maybe like during the school year, a little teacher thank you, or even just a little note to pop into your student's lunchbox. Just something sweet and petite. I've got the watermelon stamp. So thanks a melon, you're one in a melon. Hi, sweet friend. The watermelon, the half slice, and the little pie slice with the greenery. And there are coordinating dies. And then the other thing that I have is the layered watermelon stencils. And so I have a, let's see here, I think it's 1, 2, and 3. So we have our little area for our what is that called? Watermelon color, our pinkish color, our greenery, some of my human hair, and the seeds. So that is the stencil. And I'm going to make a panel first, and that's the first step of today's video, so let's get started. I've got my Misty tool out because I'm kind of on this kick right now where I just like using my Misty. I like being able to push into that corner. I like being able to put a piece of tape down on my cardstock to hold it in place. And I like being able to put my ink pads right here for ease of, well, just access. And I'm going to start out today, and I'm going to do my pink layer. Now, all of these stencils have a little etching there. We'll catch the light. I know they're there. They're there. There we go. And you just want to make sure when you're using them that you're going in the right direction, right? You want to, well, it's just going to make it easier for them to line up. Now, I am going to use some extra tape here. And this is my pink Easy C tape, which I love. It just doesn't ever seem to tear paper, and it's just kind of been my go-to low tack. Now I'm going to take a brush in red. This color is lipstick, and I love this color from Gina K, and I feel like it's going to be a beautiful watermelon, right? Because watermelon is always that sort of, it's not pink. I don't know why I said pink earlier, but you know, it's got that brightness to it. And it leans red, and the cardstock that I'm going to make my little note card out of is Gina K Designs lipstick. So I'm hoping this all comes together, but let's start with our first layer. And this is the lipstick. I kind of want to tap some off to see what color. Oh, let's reach here. There we go. So we're going to load it up and take a look, and that is, yeah, it's beautiful. And here it doesn't matter if I go over areas on the edge because I'm going to be cutting little panels. So I'm just bringing in this fun color. I don't even remember the last time I used this color, and sometimes when you get into color zones, you kind of forget what you have, and then when you rediscover them, you ever do that? And then all of a sudden you're just all about that color. I feel like that with lipstick right now. All right, and again, I'm holding my stencil, even though it's nicely placed in the corner, I just don't want it to lift while I'm blending on the color. Getting ink on my fingers, and that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen. All right, and you know, you can try to create shading if you like. I really just wanted to have this cute little background of watermelons. So that is layer 1. I am going to lift up my stencil, and I'm going to go pop this off into my sink, and then we'll come back with the next layer. before I move on to the next color, I'm just going to let this set for about 5 minutes because I am going to be blending something onto this. I want to make sure it's completely dry so my ink doesn't spread at all. All right, give that just a few minutes and then we'll move on to our next color. I'm going to bring in the greens, and now you can see how this will line up perfectly pushed into the corner just like that. So again, I want to tape this down just so nothing moves like that. Let me wipe a little bit of my Misty Mouse pad down here. And let's bring in our next color. And I thought grass green would be nice. This is kind of just a glorious all-purpose green. And I think that would make a very nice bright watermelon rind. So that's what we're doing. We're going for the rinds. All right, that looks pretty good. Loading on that color. Grass green indeed. And the nice thing too with Gina K Designs inks, they have a smoothing agent in them and they smooth out and dry beautifully. Now look at my little watermelons coming to life. The last piece to do is the little seeds. So let me go wash this stencil off and then we'll add that final layer. I'm just going to do this little slate color and I think it will be nice. All right, so we're in place. I'm going to use a smaller blender brush. I have both the large head brushes and the smaller ones. And sometimes when you have something small like this, oh, and there's more hair. All right, we're gonna load this brush up. Now that is a very nice deep color, so I don't want it to come in too juicy, pun intended, but we'll just add our seeds. And this should be very quick. And again, I'm just holding my stencil down. This is probably the easiest part, but you can see why working in this order is nice because then your first layer is pretty much dry by the time you move on. Now, dye inks dry very quickly. They are water-based inks, but there are times where, while they're drying, if you go right in with a darker color, sometimes you will find that you get a little ink spread. I'm going to tell you a confession. I don't like watermelon. Yeah, I didn't even like well, okay, that's not true. I kind of liked Jolly Rancher watermelons, the little candies, but watermelon itself, I think it would be the very last thing I would grab from the picnic table, and that would be if everything else was gone. I don't know why. I think because it's super watery, but there's not a lot of flavor. I'm not a melon person, only in card making. See, that's where you get to live a different reality than what your reality is. All right, there's a lot of ink on here. We're swirling it around and we're done. And see what we have. Oh, isn't that perfect for watermelon? Oh my gosh. Okay, gonna go wash this off and then we will move on. So that is the cutest little panel of watermelon goodness this side of, well, Watermelon Junction. All right, moving on. The next step is I am going to cut out 4 of these panels with the smaller little die, and I just want to make sure that we're getting right to the edge here. And I'm going to have to trim this down just a little bit to make sure it all fits. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little tick mark right here, and I'm going to cut this paper in half. So now I'm going to take this off here. I think it will fit. Let's take the bottom off too. I can get rid of that part right there. All right. And just using my little trimmer for this, bring into the tick mark, and we're going to cut it right there. That way both pieces can fit through, and hopefully I did this correctly in that, oh yes I did. Okay. I'm going to line that up right there on the edge, and we're going to cut some panels. Popping that onto my plate, and go ahead and cut this out and run that through. And then I'm going to go ahead. Oh, look how cute that is. I'm going to go ahead and cut out 3 more just so I have all of these little friends ready to make extra cards. So again, we'll tape it into place and we'll just say, there's our crop, and cut. So now I have 4 little melon panels to make 4 different mini cards. But isn't that cute how you just get all of that out of one stencil? So the next thing I'm going to do is show you how this little cute die works. And you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is bigger than a typical USA 2 panel, because this piece here does measure about 6 1/4. So it's a little taller. And so what we're going to do, we'll just do this one first, because this is the lipstick color that I thought it would be fun to use. And I'm probably going to do some in white too, but let's go ahead and cut this one out as well. I think I'll flip it. I always flip every time I go through, or every other time. Show you how cute this little card is. Oh, come here now. There we go. There we go. Come on out. Oh, I had a little glue in there. Well, I'll get that glue off. I literally just impressed glue. Oh, there we go. So it's got the little scoring, right? You just fold it right there. Give it a gentle little like that. And now any one of these can go right on, and look at how it layers. Let's zoom in here. Look at how it layers in the stitching. So the stitching on the little note card shows all the way around. How cute is that? Now I'm actually gonna I might just do fun foam on the back of this, because I have some new fun foam here from Simon Says Stamp that I think I'm going to use. But here's the thing, I have to get some greetings done, so let's put that up next on the block. I just had a different idea. Okay, I'm setting one of these aside just for the sake of time. Here's what we're going to do. We've got one little grass green card base, we've got one in the lipstick, and I thought I would do one in white. Well, instead of stamp and color something, because you know it takes me forever to color, I'm just going to do Thanks a Melon and stamp each one on a piece of cardstock. I don't know if I'm going to end up going with all of them in white, but I'm going to stamp a bunch of options in melon, and then I'll also do Thanks or You're One in a. And you know what? I think I'm going to put on a little music and just speed it up. You'll get the vibe, right? But let's do that, because I think this is going to be really cute. All right, let's stamp. I did a few things off camera as well, and instead of having all of them be gold, I also did 2 with white embossing powder, and I thought that was stronger for these ones with the colored card bases. So I just glued the gold ones that I had cut out and 1 more layer. So I've got 3 layers of cardstock here just to make a more dimensional greeting. But on this one, I used the new Simon Says Stamp Fun Foam, and this is a die cuttable foam that holds its shape perfectly when you cut it. And so I wanted to show you, because here I stamped my little greetings and I cut all of them out with the smallest Gina K Designs sentiment strip, because I just wanted them all to be the same size. And here you can see the difference. So on this one, I'm going to use my liquid glue. This is Connect glue from Gina K, and I'll just, you know, put some on here and take my little Thanksa and just pop it on, right? You can wiggle into place. And that's one way to build up some dimension. It's quite a bit of dimension, actually. I'll just wipe away any glue. I think that looks really cute. I'm going to put a brick on that, just let that sit, and then I'll go ahead and glue these all together so they have the same dimension as well. Go ahead and do that real quick off camera. So now we're ready to assemble. Let's just let's start on the inside here. So I cut fun foam, the same die cuttable fun foam, to be just a little smaller, and then all I have to do is just take my liquid adhesive, right? Oh, I hope you can't hear the construction that's happening in my neighborhood. I don't know if it picks up on the mic, but there is a guy who is doing something to his yard, and none of us know what the heck he's doing, and it's kind of become a joke. Oh, I just got glue on there. Oh no, I wasn't paying attention. All right. It should dry. You know what? It's going to be fine. Let's switch this one and go here. I just got glue all over myself. You know, I just want it to be, well, you're not even going to really notice it, are you? No, let's just do it. There you go. There you go. Now you can see, right, this centers right inside the little outlines. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. Let's let that sit for a second and really adhere. Oh, I love this brick. It's a glass block from Bossy Jossie, and it's very cute. Now, all we're going to do is we're just going to add our little, I think I'm going to do it at a little angle like that. Oh, that is so cute. Okay, let's zoom in here. All right, here we go. Here we go. And that, I mean, I could do it straight, but I think a little thanks a melon like that. Oh my gosh, so stinking cute. And again, this one I've just built up dimension with cardstock. Just enough to hold it, and that should be great. And then we will just pop that right, well, now I did it at a really awkward angle. I'm just going to pop it right about there, like that. Make sure that's mostly straight. I guess I could bring in my T-square because this just has a nice straight baseline. Oh, that's very cute. Okay. And then we'll just add this. I don't even know if I need my tweezers, but again, little glue and just like that. Thanks a melon. That's so cute. Let me do the other ones real quick, and then we'll have some closing thoughts. So those are my finished card projects, and they are so cute and tiny. Look at that. This would just be such a cute little, you could tuck this into someone's, you know, lunchbox, just drop it off with a package. Here, I have my little tape inside, but look at how cute the little shaped scallop is. I think this is absolutely darling. So I hope this inspires you to think about how you could use, where is that cool die? This cool little mini scallop card die. Such a fun little product, and I love how these turned out. Before I go, I want to show you how to make a quick envelope for a little square card like this using the 123 punch board. Now, I have already figured this out. Took me, it didn't take me that long, but math isn't really my strong suit. But I made a little template, and what I did was came up with the formula of 6 inches by 6 inches square your cardstock, and then you score and punch here on the punch guide at 3 inches. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to line up here at 3 inches. Now, when I use my score tool here, I usually start from the bottom, but you're going to use score line A and just go up, down, punch. And there's your first. Turn it, You can either line it right up at 3 inches or just feel that groove right there. Either or will work. And again, score. I start from the bottom because if I don't, I usually go out of the line. Punch. Again, rotate. Go back to 3 inches or wherever you can feel that kind of lock into place. And score. Punch. And let's bring this under. And again, 3 inches. And score. And punch. So I've got the basic shape here. And what I'm going to do is rotate this little friend around, and I'm going to use the corner punch because it is just the nicest corner punch. It's like, I wish I had this corner punch for everything. It's really fantastic. Okay, so that is my envelope. I look like I got some oil on there, but you know what? It's going to be fine. Oh, let's get those little guys out from my punch board, and I can put this away. So now what I can do is I can decorate this a little if I want. And so I'm going to take some magnets here just to hold this, just so it doesn't slide around. And I'm just going to do a tone on tone using the same grass green. And I've got my little watermelon here on a brick. And I think all I'm going to do is just stamp a pattern down the side of the front of the envelope. And so it will give you just this cute little tone on tone look. And every time I'm going to stamp, I'm going to put it a little bit differently. And I'm purposefully going off to where the fold is going to be. Very, very simple. I guess we could do that. And maybe I'll just do one more that kind of comes off of here. Like that. So it looks kind of funny now, right? But what we'll do is we'll just turn this into a little envelope. And then we have something that corresponds with the outside. So now I can turn this over, and of course this ink dries so fast. I'm going to just use my Teflon bone folder here and fold in all of the sides like that. Fold this in too. Hold that down. That. And let's see, which is going to be the side that's the top. Is that the top? I think that's going to be the top. Well, it doesn't really matter. It can be whatever you like. Again, pressing it down. Let's see. Yeah, I think I want that to be. So that's the top flap, and then all I need to do is glue these down. So I'm going to use some, this is Simon Says stamp tape, and it's a double-sided tape, and it's really nice. It releases so easily, and this is how I'm going to hold my card together. I should cut just a little of that off. It's called Terrific tape. Tears really easily, releases really easily, but it's also a very strong tape. And I really like this. And it's like a 1/8 inch, so you know, it's gonna hold everything in. Okay, so we'll do this one first. There you go. Adhesive released, hold it down and press. And then I'm gonna do the same thing here. Lift this up, but I'm also going to take just a tiny bit here, and that way this will all stay together. All right, fold that down, press like that. And now you've just made a little square envelope that all comes together nice and neat in the center, right? Looks a little different than a traditional envelope, but this little friend will slide right in. And what would be super cute, you could stamp and color a watermelon and cut it out and use that as the seal for the little thing, and just write your recipient's name. And there you go. You have a cute little square envelope to go with your mini shaped card. You can find links to all of the products I used in today's video in the YouTube description box. If you're not a subscriber, I would love to have you, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button as well. I'll see you back here with another card project soon. To see a few more cards where I used layering stencils to create a bulk of the design, check out the 2 thumbnails I have linked for you below, and I'll see you in those videos.